Okay, so welcome everybody to the new faculty orientation for fall 2020. So before we start, I just want to go over a few important announcements and also, I guess, reminder. So if we have technical issues in the middle of this session, you can just log out and try to log back in. If you have any issues with the audio, the video, you can do the same thing. You can just log out and try to log back in. And we're going to do the whole recording for the session. So in case you have to miss here and there, you can always come back and revisit and watch the video later. And a few other stuff. If you're not speaking, would you please just turn off your mic so that we can hear good quality voice from the other person who's presenting. Okay. And also, during the presentation, if you have any question, just feel free to just raise up your hand. If you look at the icon at the bottom, just click on that, then you can raise your hand, and then we're just going to call up your name, and then you can just ask questions. Okay, so the agenda that we have for today, we're going to start, yeah, if I can change. Okay, so the agenda, I'm just going to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Norita Ahmad. I'm from the FDC. So you have already received a few emails from me. So welcome to AUS. Tomorrow I'm going to have one session where I'm going to just talk about the FDC and also a little bit about teaching here at AUS. So I'm just going to spend more time later to talk about that. So what I want to do now is I want to introduce our Chancellor. He's just going to give, I guess, a short welcoming message to all of you. We are very, very grateful to have you here with us, Kevin. So I'm very sure that the new faculty are also excited to see you as well. So we're going to have Kevin, and then right after Kevin, we're going to have the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs and Instruction, Dr. James Griffin, to also give an overview about life here in terms of teaching and also in terms of our student body as well. And then later on, we're going to have the HR director going to be here talking about working at AUS. And then we have the manager for housing and transport, Miss Anna. She's going to be here as well later on to talk about housing and a few other stuff. And we're going to have Dr. Lubna from the health, AUS Health Center, going to be coming here to talk about your health benefit and also in case you need some advice about health as well. Then we're going to take a break. After the break, we're going to have the IT people going to be here to talk about everything that you need to know about IT. Okay, so I'm going to give the floor to the Chancellor. Kevin?
Thank you, Norita. I hope that everyone can hear me and see me. Okay, good. So I would just like to say welcome. We're glad you're with us. We need you. It's certainly going to be another challenging semester. As you already know, we're going to be online for this semester yet again. The health situation in the country is much better than others, but still a concern. So we will remain online again and unfortunately be interacting with each other virtually as we are today. I know that comes at a cost and is problematic, but I'm sure we'll get through it. I would like to take a few minutes to say what I think makes AUS distinctive in terms of its position and its role in the region and in the UAE and beyond. I think that one of the things that does differentiate AUS is we are a private, not-for-profit institution. There are many private institutions in the region, but that distinction of not-for-profit is very meaningful for us. And it's meaningful because it means that we provide a significant level of support to students who wouldn't otherwise have access to higher education. We're a very diverse institution, and we often talk about diversity in terms of nationality, ethnicity, and however, we don't often talk about the socioeconomic diversity among our students. And there's where I think AUS makes a significant difference. We have students from across the socioeconomic spectrum and put a lot of effort into providing financial support for students. As a private institution, we face challenges in terms of financial issues like all universities do across the world. In spite of those, we make an effort to put a significant part of our budget into providing financial grants, need-based financial grants, and merit-based scholarships to students. And what it means is that it allows us to secure the most qualified students who otherwise wouldn't have access to education. And that's, for me, is of fundamental importance. And I think will make a difference not only today, but for the life of these students beyond. The diversity of our student body, I think, presents certain opportunities and challenges, because it's diversity also in terms of learning styles. If you look at the high schools that we accept students from, it's extremely varied, from the best private to public schools. And it means that students are going to come with very different levels of preparation. And I think that in the kind of teaching that one does, it's always good to keep that in mind and recognize that there's not only diversity, again, in terms of demographics, but it's diversity in terms of learning styles and what the students are going to come with. I think academic rigor, one of the things that students often say about AUS is that the acronym actually stands for always under stress, because they feel the pressure of academic life. It's rigorous and a challenge. And we do not want to compromise on that academic rigor, because it's what protects our reputation as an institution, and ultimately is what's going to, again, serve us well in the long term. But while we maintain academic rigor, I think there's also the recognition that there is a diversity of learning styles, and I think there's an art to mediating between those students who may be less well prepared and those who are at the top and will excel wherever they are. I think if you look at our alumni, it's another distinction. The graduates of AUS are routinely accepted into top graduate programs around the world. The list is impressive. And also what they do in both government and the private sector. Currently, I think we have 3 ministers in the UAE who are graduates of AUS. The Minister of Advanced Science, who led the most recent Mars mission, earned both her undergraduate and graduate degree at AUS, Her Excellency Sarah Alamiri. So we have a long list of impressive alumni, and that we're very proud of, and I think they distinguish the institution. I think also, and your evidence of that is the quality of our faculty. I think we've been able to attract and retain very highly qualified faculty. And one of the things I often say to new faculty who are joining AUS is that the importance of career management. I think as you begin at AUS, balancing those demands that you will have between teaching, research and scholarship, and service. Because ultimately, I think that it's an important component for you personally, and it's important for the institution. Because you want to position yourself for career success, whether you remain at AUS or choose to go elsewhere. I think that we've had faculty at AUS who've left us, and we're very proud of those faculty who've left us because they've gone on to great institutions. And so we want to ensure that you position yourself for success, whether you continue your career here or remain at AUS, and certainly we want you to remain. So I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. In terms of that balance, research and scholarship is an important component here at AUS. We've been able to do very well. I think we have an extremely strong faculty and a research active faculty who've been able to maintain a strong record in spite of the teaching load that they carry. We now have further opportunities for reducing that teaching load and pursuing scholarship and research through our research grants. We were able to secure a pretty significant funding from the government of Sharjah, and that allows us to have a competitive faculty research grant program to support faculty in their research. And it's an important component. I think that if one looks at the kind of career trajectory, certainly we expect that in your first semester, it's going to be coming to terms with students in the teaching. And, but I think even with this, to begin to think about setting out a research agenda that will guide you in the future and working with your department head on setting those clear goals for the future as you move ahead. In terms of service, we often are accused of having a high service load because there's a lot to do. We are a young institution. Our first graduating class will be celebrating their 20th anniversary in terms of graduation just next year. So we're a very young institution, and I think it's impressive what's been accomplished at AUS because of all of those who are here today and all of those who've been here in the past. It's really exceptional. If you look at measures like rankings, which I think we have to take with a grain of salt, of course, but it's something that, in terms of public perception, we're going to be judged by. In terms of rankings, we rank very highly. We're in the top 10 in the Arab region, according to QS. Just this year, we jumped 20 places in the QS global rankings to number 350. And that's exceptional for a young institution. And I think is recognition of the kind of work that's been done and the quality of our faculty, staff, and students. And again, we expect and are looking forward to your contributions to those efforts. So thank you very much for joining us. I wish you the best. I know it's going to be a challenging semester yet again for all of us, but we're here to provide you with the kind of support that you need in order to ensure your success. So again, thank you very much for choosing AUS, and we look forward to your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. That is very motivating even for me. If you have any questions that you want the Chancellor to answer right now, I think maybe we can spend like a few minutes. Any of you have any question to the Chancellor? Okay, I'm looking and seeing that. Okay, if not, thank you again, Kevin. Thanks for joining us. So we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm just gonna, I guess, give the floor to James. Do you want me to upload your slides, or are you gonna do that yourself?
If you could upload them, that would be great, Narita. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just going to do that. So James is the Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs and Instructions here at AUS. So basically, I'm reporting directly to James.
All right, welcome everybody. So my name is James Griffin. I am first and foremost a faculty member in the Department of Mathematics and Statistics here at AUS. I joined in 2006. So about 14 years ago, I was going through a faculty orientation like you are now. Although, of course, it was not online, it was in person. Recently, I've been doing some administrative work, and my current role is Vice Provost for Undergraduate Affairs and Instruction. So I oversee academic policies at the undergraduate level and the smooth running of the undergraduate delivery of programs. So I've just got a few PowerPoint slides. I think it's interesting when you join AUS just to see a few numbers, a few basic numbers to get an idea of sort of our broad offering. So we have approximately 4,300 undergraduate students. Now, of course, that number is from the spring semester because a lot of them graduated over the summer, and we'll be bringing in a new undergraduate freshman first-year student class next week. But in the spring 2020 semester, we had approximately 4,300 undergraduate students. I was always very interested that it was almost exactly 10% of the undergraduate number was graduate students. So in the spring, there were 430 graduate students. Those numbers will probably be pretty stable as we go into the fall. We offer 28 bachelor programs, and these are offered amongst 4 colleges. If I just jump down to the bottom of the slide here, the 28 bachelor programs are offered in architecture, art and design, arts and sciences, engineering, and business administration. Recently, we have been expanding our graduate programs. So we have 14 master's programs and 3 PhD programs, with the PhD programs being our latest addition and representing a sort of transition, if you like, a very slow, steady transition from mainly an undergraduate institution to what we might call a comprehensive institution. Now, the Chancellor spoke about some distinguishing features of the institution. I want to zoom in a little bit and just give you some distinguishing features, maybe from more of the educational side. So one thing that stands out, I think, when you teach here, or when you come here, when you become a member of the community here, is that the language level of the students is very high in comparison to other institutions. So we have the highest English language proficiency requirement for admission in the country. What that means on a basic level is that you will find that all the students are at least bilingual. It's not just that they're fluent in English. You often might mistake them for being American. You wouldn't know in many cases. And it's not just in the way they speak. Of course, that translates into the way they write and the way they're able to communicate in the classroom. So we have a very high standard there. The Chancellor spoke about diversity. I just want to say that we have approximately 98 different nationalities represented in the student body. And that led us to receiving quite a maybe an unexpected accolade of, we ranked #1 in the world in the Times Higher Education standings for diversity. And that really is #1 in the world compared to all universities in the world. It's an interesting number or statistic because actually you'll find that most of them grew up in the UAE. So we don't have a large intake of international students. They have different nationalities, but most of them were raised and grew up in the UAE. So there's a strong sort of UAE culture on campus. I wouldn't call it an expat culture because a lot of them were born in the UAE, but it's a strong sort of national UAE identity on campus. We have a strong emphasis on breadth of education. I would say, in comparison to our peer institutions in the country. So what I mean by that more specifically is that our general education program is much larger than other institutions in terms of number of credit hours, in terms of the percentage of credit hours. What that might mean for you as new faculty is, as you're teaching your classes, you might expect, it depends on your discipline that you're teaching, to have students from a lot of different majors in your classroom. You won't necessarily just be teaching those majoring in psychology, for example, or those majoring in international studies. Your classroom will be made up of, and again, it depends on what you're teaching, but you can expect that your classroom will be made up of business students, architects, engineers, mathematicians. High admission criteria, generally speaking. So even though there is a challenge that they come from many different high school systems, as the Chancellor mentioned, at least they're coming with the highest scores from those systems. We have a strong emphasis on small class sizes. So we do have a few large classes with maybe 80, 90, 100 students, but these are very rare. Most of our class sizes are in the 20s, some reaching the low 30s. In writing courses, we limit the class sizes at about 18. There's a strong emphasis on class discussions, active learning, critical thinking, and students are, of course, encouraged to participate and ask questions all the time, which is not dissimilar to, I imagine, most American universities of our size, let's put it that way. We have a robust financial aid program. The Chancellor spoke about that, so I won't add any more details to that. But that leads to that sort of social, economic diversity that the Chancellor was talking about. And then lastly, I would say that a large distinguishing feature is our reputation in the external community. Of all the connections we have with government agencies, private organizations, we are very well respected in the community. Everyone respects our graduates, and they respect our faculty when they engage in events outside of the community. I just want to direct you now to probably what will be one of your most important resources. I'm not going to go through the catalog, because it's a huge document, but the undergraduate catalog will be one of your most important resources. Now, that's not to say that you won't teach a graduate course. Maybe you will, but as you can see, there are a fewer number of graduate programs. So the graduate catalog could also be useful if you will be involved in a graduate program. But for the moment, I just want to say that that the undergraduate catalog will likely be one of your most important resources. It contains all academic policies. I've highlighted 3 here that might be of interest to you as you prepare for your classes. The attendance policy is something you'll want to familiarize yourself with. The academic integrity policy is something you want to familiarize yourself with, and the student appeals and petition policy. There are more policies, of course, but these 3 might be of interest to you as you prepare for the fall. The catalog also contains the structure and degree requirements for all programs. So if you are joining a department that has a bachelor program, which is likely, you'll want to familiarize yourself with the major requirements, the major electives, the structure of the program in terms of prerequisites, and the suggested sequence of study, so you can see what first-year students what courses first-year students are taking, what courses second-year students are taking in that program. And then there's course descriptions for all courses. So clearly you'll want to know the course descriptions for the courses you're teaching this semester, and that will be something that the department head will talk to you about. But you might also be interested in the course descriptions for general education courses or other courses in the program that you're not teaching right now. Narissa, can I share my screen for a second? Is that something I can do from here?
Yeah, you can do that. Let me stop sharing.
Okay, I'm going to share my
Share the screen.
Share the entire screen. Here we are. Can everybody see the AUS website?
Yes.
Good. So I'm just going to direct you to where you'll find the undergraduate catalog. Maybe you were sent a copy already, but just in case you weren't, here's the AUS website. If you scroll down to the very bottom of the page, under resources, we have AUS catalogs. If you click on AUS catalogs, you'll see here you can access catalogs going back several years for obvious reasons, but the one you'll be interested in is the 2020-2021 catalog. We've got the graduate and the undergraduate catalog. If I just click, the best thing for you is to download it as a PDF and store it even on your phone or something like that. But here it is, and I'm not going to go really to any section or go through any of the policies, because that wouldn't be the right, this wouldn't be the right venue for that. But here, the first third, if you like, is all the policies. Now, if I scroll down to a typical program, so here's the first college here, College of Architecture, Art and Design, and here we have the Bachelor of Architecture. So you can see here that we have, under Bachelor of Architecture, you have the list of major requirements, you have a description of the general education requirements, and you have a suggested sequence of study for the whole program. So you can see what the student will go through in order to graduate. So we have that for every program at the university. And then if I go towards the last third of the document, all the way down here, you'll see we have the list of course descriptions for every course at the university. So here's the College of Arts and Sciences, and we have here Arabic language courses with their descriptions, the number of credit hours, and their prerequisites. Okay. So you can stop sharing my screen now, I think. Or it's me, isn't it? Okay, I'll stop sharing. There we are. So that's all I wanted to present for today. I'd like to welcome you all again. I hope that you settle in well and enjoy being part of the AUS community. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Does anybody have any question? Okay, seems like everybody's feeling okay so far. Thank you so much, James.
You're welcome. Thank you, Nirita.
I guess we have the time, but Julian, if you do not mind, maybe we can just start right away with your presentation. Julian, are you here?
Hi, Norita. Julian
Hi.
is having problems with the system. I think he has been logging in and out almost.
Yeah, I can see
now.
that. I can see that. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, okay, he's coming. So I hope, yeah, I hope he's coming. He's gonna be okay. Should I share the files now? Let me just try to bring up the file. Julian, how is it going, Julian? Are you doing okay? Okay, I'm not hearing
I
anything from Julian.
think he can't hear.
Okay, maybe Wada, can you send him the link that I sent you so he can log in as a guest, and then I'm just going to change his role.
Oh, I'll try.
Yeah, because I guess he's having some issue with the dedicated line.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, let's see what's happening. If not, I guess I see Anna is here. If not, we can always go with Anna first. But let's just wait for Julian. Hi, Anna, are you there?
Hi, good morning. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let's just wait for Julian and see if he's going to be okay. If not, we're just going to go with you, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
I've sent him the link. Let's see if he will be able to use it. Otherwise, I'll try to present on his behalf.
Okay, let's just
So we
wait
don't
for.
miss.
Mhm. So James, I have a quick question for you, if you're still here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here, Narita. Yeah.
So when are we going to know the actual number for the student?
Oh, probably by the second week of classes.
Okay, and then
Or-
you can get the
yeah.
confirmed number then. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe by the second Tuesday of classes.
But so far so good, right?
Yes. Yeah. As always.
Okay, he has joined again. I hope
Okay.
he can
He
hear
left
us.
again? No, I thought I saw him now.
Yeah, he has joined again.
Okay. I thought I see now two Julian, number 5 and number 6. Julian, are you there?
He says no sound. He cannot hear us. That's a problem.
Oh, yeah, this is the problem. Yeah, he has to keep logging out and log in again.
Just email me no sound.
Okay.
So there's anything you can assist from your back end, Narita? Or he has just
No, I mean that's the only thing that we do usually. I mean, you have to log out and log in again, or he can try logging in using his phone. Sometimes it works better from the phone.
Okay. I'll email him.
Yeah, let's try that. If not, I think if there is no overlapping, we can always go with Anna first. Anna, do you think you can go first?
Yeah.
I can take over if you don't mind, or Anna can go, then I can come in case.
Okay, you can take over, Wada.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Welcome everybody. My name is Wahda Ali, and I have been communicating all of you for the past 2-3 months. So for the employee services, this is the big umbrella. We have got Julian Carter, who is our executive director. And under him, we have got housing and transportation, early childhood, human resources, wellness, university health services. This is the org structure, and we can share the slides so you can see in details. So Melanie is our assistant, executive assistant, who reports direct to Julian. There is myself here. We have got Anna, that fortunately we have her here. She will present her part. We have got Dana, who is working on the immigration and visa. She has been in touch with all of you, so you're aware of her. We have got Dr. Lubna, also she was in touch with all of you as well. She'll present her part. We have got Nadia, she's our senior manager. She's part of HR team. We've got Nicola, we have got Rasha, she's part of human resources. Tagreed, she has been in touch with you as well. She's part of early childhood. And we've got Varun Lal, he's part of human resources, and he's been in touch with all of you. Will I be able to move my own slides, Narita?
Well, hey, Wada, it's Julian. My sound turned on. If you would turn your mic off.
Okay, sure.
Hello, hi. This is Julian Carter. Hold on one second. Okay, can everyone hear me?
I can hear you, Julie.
Yes,
Yes.
Julian.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty on my side. So I'm going to turn down my mic just a little bit so I don't get feedback, and then we'll try to get through this. But yeah, once again, sorry for the technical difficulties, but employee services is kind of an eclectic group. We do your contracts and benefits, we do housing, transportations for staff, training and development. We do work on your visas, work on your equalization. We offer counseling services, health services, and we even are responsible for a daycare. Next slide. On visa equalization services, there is a group of 5 individuals who work in that unit. Donna has probably been the one, well, probably both Donna and Noor have been the ones that have reached out to you about the services that they provide. They brought, if you're in country, or they've transferred your visa. If you're out of country, they are coordinating bringing those individuals in, and then they'll work on the visas for your family members. They'll also assist with your other aspects of, like your driver's license and so forth, in order to get you settled here legally and be able to open bank accounts and other sorts of things once you have those primary immigration documents. Equalization is something that the Ministry of Education is responsible for, and we try to liaise with them in order to make sure that we equalize your credentials to ensure, at least from the Ministry of Education here in the UAE, that that they're comfortable that everyone is qualified for the positions they hold. Next slide. Okay. Yeah, we've already talked about this one. We issue the NOCs for your driver's license. We do a number of things. This is the service account. If you email Visa and Equalization Services, questions, or if you're having any challenges with immigration, equalization, and so forth, then they will try to get back to you and work with you on those issues. They also, by the way, just so you know, work with your students on their issues, as their immigration issues as well. So they'll be pretty busy once we go offline and people start to come back to campus. But so this year is an unusual year for them. Next slide. We'll let Dr. Lubna talk about university health services. And once again, this is a pretty eclectic group as well. Dr. Lubna? Is she on?
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Lubna, Director of University Health Services. I have my team here, which is 5 nurses and 3 GP and 1 medical clerk filing, which is responsible for all your files. Next slide, please. Julian? Okay.
Yep.
University Health Services is the center, is an MOH license, which is Ministry of Health in UAE. We are follow all the rules and regulations by the Ministry of Health. All my staff are also certified and licensed from the ministry, because nobody can work or practice any medical services without this license. We deal with mostly with acute and chronic cases, and also we coordinate all the educational session and activity of campus. But unfortunately, right now it's all pending because of this situation. All your medical information are strictly kept confidential, and nobody can access, only authorized medical personnel. Okay, so once you join AUS, you will be open a medical file for you, contain all your information for you and for your eligible dependents. Our services mainly include, for acute and chronic condition, short-term emergency care, and then after that, if we cannot manage it, then we can transfer you to the nearest hospital or the hospital you prefer. We have also ambulance on campus, We can assist you in case of real emergency. We do physical examination, pre-admission, and pre-employment physical examination. Also, we do sport team assessment. We do visual test for your driving license if you want to change your license from any other country to UAE license. We can assist you in a small and minor surgical procedure. You know, it depends on the needs of your health also. Also, we do seasonal influenza immunization, and hopefully now the new COVID-19 influenza vaccine will be developed. So, and it depends when it will be released, so we can assist you in that. Any other medical emergency. Also, we have laboratory on campus, we have pharmacy, and also insurance representative or provider. This usually they come on campus, physical presence on campus, but now because of the situation, it is mainly online. And if you have any document, you can send it through an email for them. Next, okay, here is the clinic timing from Sunday to Thursday from 8:30 to 4:30. And we are closed on during weekend and public holiday, but also we have a 24 hours emergency after working hours. This one is used really for real emergency. Okay, it is not for simple cases like, you know, simple runny nose or, you know, a certain, but if you have and you need a really assistance in a medical emergency, here is a contact you can dial, or you can email us if you need like assistance in medical report, in a chronic prescription refill. And also at the back of your insurance card, there is a number. You can contact them if you want to reach them in case of any insurance emergency also.
Let me add one more. Go back one slide. Dr. Lubna, on the card and also the Al Bahra medical insurance number, they can also call that particular number if they would like to get the name of a doctor who has consultant status. If you have a certain health condition and you want to make sure that you get just the best doctor available, is that the number they would call in order to get a referral for a doctor? You're not required to call it, but they can give you a recommendation. And a doctor with consultant status is one who has at least, I think, 10 years of experience or more in their area of specialty, and is considered a very experienced doctor. That way you don't have to necessarily go by word of mouth, what a doctor for any specific condition. You can call and get a recommendation and then make an appointment.
Yes, and also that is on the website, which is clearly mentioned. If you can go to the website, Al Bahra Insurance Company, and you choose your plan, what the plan you are enrolled, and it will show all the network that you can go at the hospitals, even the pharmacies. Okay, so you have this option also.
Yeah. Okay. Next slide.
Yeah, and also on campus we have the university counseling services. We have 3 counselors, which is they have also a private access at the back of the university health center. Okay, you can reach anyone. They can deal with your any counseling issue you deal with, you and your dependent. It is a free of charge services also. And all the services are really strictly confidential. You can reach them. Okay. Can you show the next slide also? Julian, yes. So it is, as I said, it is a free of charge, and it is for all, student and faculty and staff and their dependents also. Usually they work by appointment system. Okay, you can email the UCS appointment and you can book your slot for that, or you can call the University Health Center reception area and book your appointment, or you can go through the call center. Okay, so this is the 3 ways you can book your appointment with the university. The timing for them, it's also from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock after working hours. If there is any need for really an emergency counseling service, usually you have to call a clinic number, which is the emergency after working hours for the health services, and we redirect you accordingly. The university, the insurance plan also cover, I don't know, you want me to say that, Julian? We have 10 consultation, okay, it is covered, but there are certain medication, which is usually the control medication. As a clinic, as a GP, we are allowed to prescribe that only for 3 days. Unfortunately, more than that, we cannot do it. It should be through the psychiatrist. Semi-control medication, which is, like antidepressant, like acne medication, we can issue this for 1 month, but only for 1 month. We cannot repeat it. Then after that, you have to go and see a specialist for that. And the prescription is through NetJet, which is a website linked to the Ministry of Health. And you should provide us with your Emirati ID or passport number to be able to issue. Okay, and not all the pharmacy have that medication. We have to direct you to the certain pharmacy, which is very close to the university, to AUS, and you can get this medication. If you have any other chronic medication, just simply send us the medical report indicating that you are taking this medication, and we will refill it accordingly. The maximum of 2 months we can do the refill. After that, you have to send another request for us to be able to refill it for you, and you need also to supply us with an updated medical report like every 6 months in case there is changes in the medication, the dose, so we have to be updated on that. I think this is mainly from University Health Services. If you need anything, else, you can contact us directly, either by phone or by sending an email. We'll be responsible to reply to you just as soon as we can. We are the University Health Service is open right now, physically open from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock, and I said the after working hours will be also on call. I think this is it from my side. If you have any question, any concern, let me know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As I said earlier, one of the things we also offer at AUS is the Early Childhood Learning Center. This is basically for childcare from infant 2 months up to 4 years of age. Of course, currently it's closed because of COVID, and so we're not offering those services. But we have a number of teachers that offer a number of developmental and enrichment activities for children, and the curriculum is based on the British curriculum. If you change slide, let's see. Right, pretty much what I just went through. And the hours of operation are Sunday through Thursday, 8 to 5 p.m. If you have a child that you would like to enroll, so once the center opens back up, you'd like to have one of the slots that we have there in that center, please email the Learning Center at aus.edu, and Tagreed will put you on the list. The university also offers wellness services, and with this, Nicola Hamilton runs that. We have a number of fitness facilities, from tennis courts to gyms to swimming pool. that staff and faculty can use. Of course, at the moment, there is restricted use because of COVID, and so we are limiting the number of people who can access it at any one time. But if you flip the page, we'll bring up the contact information. Yeah, go to the next page, please. Yes, these are some of the things that they will do. They have classes that they offer. Right now, they can offer some of these online, and then they are slowly bringing some of these other facilities back online, but limited attendance or participation in those facilities due to COVID prevention protocols. Next slide. The Epicenter is a center that we use. We do this kind of in partnership with the Early Childhood Learning Center, where we have activities and other enrichment activities for children that are ages 4 and higher. And so, for some after school from the daycare, you can, bring your children by, whether they're going to the nursery or if they're going in one of the Sharjah schools. Afterwards, you can drop them off at this Epicenter for activities to kind of keep them stimulated and interested and engaged, and where there's someone who can kind of keep a watchful eye on your children. All right, and these are the hours and contact information for both the wellness and the Epicenter. Nicola Hamilton runs both of those programs. If you're interested, please reach out to her and give her some information about your children, and she can let you know about eligibility and memberships and or activities that may be of interest to either your children or even you for some, as I said, the adult activities and wellness activities that we offer. Anna, you're next on University Support Services.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Anna. I'm the manager of the University Support Services. I have been in touch with you, so hello, everybody. Let me introduce you to my team. I have Cyril, who looks after our housing. Francis, who is in the call center, is the lead call center agent. And Francis Dante, who is our supervisor for the fleet management and transportation services. Okay, so a few of the roles that housing services will do. We will allocate your housing and prepare the new housing for your arrival. That includes maintenance, furnishing of the house. We will prepare renovation plans, organize moves and cleaning services when you require them. And we'll also maintain the outside areas for the pest control and the cleaning in the common areas. Next slide. Thank you. Call center. Our call center is open from 8 till 5. If you need any services, you ring 2100 and they will be able to speak to you and book a technician for you. If you needed AC or a plumber, or maybe you have a problem in the house or something, they can book for a technician to come. They will also book, as Julian said, for wellness at the moment for the gym, the pool, the tennis courts. They'll book those sessions for you. And also, if you have any questions or anything, they'll be able to guide you on who to go to, or they'll be able to answer those questions for you. Next slide. So fleet management is transportation. We do offer a free bus service, which goes from the university campus 3 times a week to outside the campus. There is a mall called Mataja, which has a Carrefour and some restaurants. There is also a mall further down the road, which has a Spinneys, a cinema, and some restaurants and retail outlets. And further down the road, there is a large hypermarket, which is a Sharjah co-op, and we will run the bus service to there. If you wish to book, then you just need to email and book your place on the bus 24 hours in advance. And the schedule for the bus is available on the website. The link is there. We also do a bus to the metro in Dubai. We're currently working on the schedule for that, and again, that will be available on the website in the next couple of days, hopefully. On campus, we do have some retail outlets. The small supermarket next to the ladies' dorm is currently open, as is the pharmacy, and the bookstore is available for online orders, and the bank, the ATMs are all available at the moment. But most of the restaurants are closed. A couple are doing delivery, and again, all of that information is on the website. It's under the on-campus section under retail and restaurants, and there'll be a full schedule there for you to see.
And just one quick caveat. The pharmacy right now is temporarily still located in the University Health Services building?
Yes, it is. The pharmacy usually is in the student center, but currently it is located with Dr. Lubna in the health center. The details are on the website, and the contact phone number is there as well if you needed to go to the pharmacy. Okay, next slide. So when you're living on campus, many of the supermarkets here in the UAE do a delivery service like Carrefour, Lulu, and Co-op. You can order your groceries online and have them delivered to your accommodation. And also, if you're using an app for a food delivery service, the drivers are allowed on campus. So if you just order through the app and make sure you put your unit number and the contact details, then the food will be able to be delivered to your home address on campus. Next slide. So here are our points of contact. So you have Cyril, his email is there, and the call center number is 2100 for any housing inquiries. So if you can either email Cyril directly or to HTS or ring 2100. Francis for transportation, if you email fleet management, they'll be able to give you the bus schedules, or if you have any questions. And the call center 2100, or you can email directly to call center or HTS, and either of those will get through, and then we'll send the request for technicians to the relevant department, and they'll be able to book that for you. And some emergency contact details. We have the call center number 2100. We also have the IT help desk and transportation. Dr. Lubna's details are there for the medical emergencies, security, and then ambulance numbers for police, ambulance, and fire department as well. But if you have any questions, if you ring 2100, the call center will be able to assist you. Thank you.
All right. So that is kind of a high-level overview of the employee services portfolio, and we'd like to welcome you to the campus. Anything we can do to make your transition or your stay at AUS an easy one, please just let us know by contacting any of these contact numbers, depending upon the service that you're seeking, and we are happy to help. And once again, welcome to AUS.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Julian. Is that all from the human resources?
That's it. That's the employee services portfolio. Most of the human resource items themselves were dealt with directly by Varun as part of the onboarding and in their welcome letter. So we did not duplicate that here out of the interest of time.
Okay, so the employee benefits and everything else is going to be to them directly by Varun, is it?
Yes,
Okay.
that'll be directly from Varun and his team in human resources. And in their welcome letter, we've already provided an overview of kind of those important issues, and Varun will go over those as they indicate their selections when they meet with him.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Julian. Hang on. Joanna and Jais, and also Rana, do you have any question for Julian with regards to the information that just be presented?
No, not for now. Everything is very clear.
Okay. And when are you guys going to be here, by the way, Joanna and Jais?
When we're able to
When are you
move
guys
to.
here to UAE? Do you have any?
Angela said that new resident visas are being on hold. So we probably will be able to go there. She said December/January. So
Okay.
I don't know if that's.
Okay. Yes, I guess most of the information that you need, maybe you later on once you move here, I suppose. So at any time, if you have any question, again, I mean, feel free to contact any one of us. We're going to be able to help you.
Okay.
Relatedly, would you have any information on your side about when, like, if the open, would it be more December or January? Because there's a break also in the middle in January that will be able to move, or not yet?
The break is going to be in December. But Julian, do you have any information about moving?
That broke up just a little bit, so I'm not sure I heard all of it. Are you saying, what do you mean about moving? You mean coming to the country?
Yeah, coming to the country.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
right. So, originally the individuals who are outside the country, we had initially talked about them being remote. Now with this week, some things have changed. And we're now kind of reaching out and to see if there's flexibility to bring those people in. We are working with immigration now to see if they will let us process their e-visas, and then we will reach back out to those individuals to see if you can come sooner rather than later. But that'll be a conversation between your HOD, Dean, and WADA. But right now we're trying to work through some special arrangements with the UAE immigration to see if there's any more flexibility we can have with this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other question for Julian? Okay, if not, I guess that's the end of the morning session. I'm sorry, does anybody have any question?
No. Everything is clear.
Okay. So if there is no further questions, I'm just going to end the morning session, and then we're going to meet again at 2 o'clock when we're going to meet with the IT team. Okay. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much for Chancellor for being here, and for James, Julian, and everybody else. So I'll see you guys soon, I suppose. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.